Hi everyone, very quick video tonight. The market continues to melt up higher. BOP has gone green on the NASDAQ, so we're probably at the end of this short-term uptrend. 10 days in a row. It's a bit crazy, and as you can see, TSV is finally getting to the overbought range. MACD is moving its way up there. The Russell 2000 up 0.17% today. You can see TSV starting to get overbought, and so is MACD. So we're starting to get a little extended. S&P 500 also rallied today. MACD and TSV has room to run, so these indexes aren't overbought. So this seems to be probably a more safer way to play the market if you have to get long in the short term. But bottom line, everything is continuing to trend up. Nothing has changed on that end. I had two full sells today, intraday on me. WAGE hit my intraday sell stop, so around the 58.40 level. So I am all out of wage there. And then also RCPT hit my final sell stop, which was below the low day 120.22. It's reversed higher on an end of day basis. It is not a full sell. It's not even a partial sell. So if you're still long RCPT, you can hold on to it. For me, I'm going to need to see it have a higher up day and look like it wants to rally higher, which would mean probably closing above the 128.01 level first. So that's also a sell for me, RCPT and wage. FMI, been holding this one forever. It's a 50% sell today, closing below the 20-day moving average. I will continue to give it until about the 46.15 range to pop and rally higher. Once again, I know the reason why this stock went up, and I know it was like a merger with I think it was Bristol Myers or whatever, but they only bought more of it, bought a big share of the company, so I thought it would continue to rally higher. And with all that beautiful Max Green BOP, why wouldn't you? And especially after then the 29th, I mean, it looked like it really wanted to move. Nope. Once again, hot charts, they just don't stay hot. So FMI 50%. DXCM is closing below its 20-day moving average, not shown here on heavier volume, which is technically a 25% sell. But since we're still in an uptrend above the 50-day moving average, what we'll do here is set a sell stop below the 61.07 level on 25% of the position. It's kind of done that before where it broke below 20-day moving average and reversed. Here, reversed. The only time it broke it and didn't reverse before making a new low was early in January. But every other time it's managed to hold the support. So we'll go ahead and do that again. So 25% below 61.07 on DXCM. And then the big disappointing stock of the day, CBPO. It's closing below its 10-day moving average on extremely heavy volume, losing green BOP to yellow BOP. That's a 25% sell, and I'm raising all of my stops. My very first stop now after my sell 25% position, another 25% is below 69.34. Another 25% is below 68.09. And then my final one is you can either do 67.62, or I'm going to give it just a little bit more leeway to the last pocket pivot point, the very first one since we started to trend higher and whenever I started to really accumulate my size. 67.14 will be my final absolute cut loss level. Once again, a freaking hot start just can't get going. I mean, from here to here, we got a 14% gain. We couldn't even get a 20% gain before pulling back. And I know from the very first long signal, we have almost a 40% gain, but it doesn't matter. These are when the real buy signal started to come, and I tell you what, this thing should have produced a 20% gain before it ever started to pull back like this. So CBPO, my biggest position, huge fucking disappointment. I can't even fucking lie about that. Very, very pissed off if you can't tell by the tone of my voice. I have some new long positions tonight. One is in the Can Slim Quality Scan, BSX. It is a recent earnings winner, has been consolidating its gains nicely, and on huge volume today decided to go ahead and put a big intraday reversal off the intraday lows to the highs today on very strong volume with BOP rising from the session before. So we'll go long BSX here using the low a day as a final cut loss level, 16.13. You want to give it a little bit more room, you can go down to 16.09, which I will. And then also going to go ETF land. iShares All Country Asia X Japan Index. Very, very beautiful setup I have going here. Lots of max stream BOP, lots of huge accumulation off these lows, and a lot of good price action and quiet volume in the most recent consolidation. Only going to risk right around 1% to 1.5% if I'm wrong. So AAXJ, it's not only in my green BOP. I got two green BOP scans. One's like 5 days max green BOP, and one's 20 days green BOP. This is the 20 days green BOP, obviously. It made that scan, and then also made my price, volume, BOP surge scan. So that's 1% in this stock for each scan that it's in. So that's a 2% position in AAXJ. Getting back to BSX, that's a 2% for CanSlim. It would be 2.5% if this wasn't an earnings winner with such a short stroke-ish pattern. If this base would be nice and long, it's a 2.5% position, but only 2%, even with the low risk in it because of how short the base is, and then another 1% because it's in my price, volume, BOP scan, surge scan, excuse me. So 3% in BSX, 2% in AAXJ, and then KOL is giving me a pocket pivot point signal, another one off the lows, and coal has been rocked hard since its highs in 2011. All these flurry of pocket pivot point signals in a row makes me think that maybe coal's time to shine has come. So I'm going to go ahead and go long. I see it's up 2% right now. I just went to go check my after hours quotes, and I see it's up 5%. So I need to check that. I'm not going to pay more than $4.40, more than $14.50 for this. So if it's above $14.50 and never trades at it, we won't be going long KOL. But KOL is a 1% position anyway because it's only in the price, volume, BOP, surge scan. And then there's also a speculative long position I'm going to take ahead of earnings, which is dangerous as shit. But it was a big intraday winner here. We got it early and we watched it run from somewhere like $2 to $2.78 at one point at the high of the day intraday. And then it was picked up in a long-term portfolio of one of our chat room moderators, Paul. So he likes it long-term. Turned out to be a great selection as it worked the first day. But it started to come back down. But today, big follow-through into yesterday's price move. It gapped up yesterday but couldn't close higher than where it opened. But today it sold off intraday, made a big intraday comeback to finish up by 10 cents and up 3.85%. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. I love this price action on the short term. Love the huge accumulation with really no real volume. When we downtrended here, you can see how low the volume got. And look at the two big up days. Volume's heavy both days. And with it holding the max green BOP, I'll go ahead and poke 1% ahead of earnings. Since it's an earnings play, we risk it gapping down. I just don't think it's going to happen considering the huge volume surge following their contract with Volkswagen, but we'll see. That'll also be 1%, and I'm only giving that to you guys watching the video.